Hey guys, everybody asked me about the status of American tennis. Let me just chime in and go through a medley of things, which I think is really, really important. Number one, let's talk about the guys first. We have a lot of guys that I think a couple of them could get a grand slam. I think Riley has a shot. Fritz has a shot. Korda coming on strong. He looks like there could be some damage there. There's a handful of guys that I think definitely have an opportunity to get in the top 10 and, can grab a slam. But the biggest difference right now between what happens in this country and other countries, and I've said this to many people, is the athletes that really go into the game. If you think about it, both Isner and Riley, 6'11" and 7 feet, and they're been a permanent fixture, or they're in the top 20. John was there for a long time, and just the serve alone changed the landscape. But they could have been shooting layups or jump shots in the NBA. They just happened to pick up a racket, and as they say, the rest is history. So the athletes that go into other sports, football, baseball, basketball, because it's not expensive. You can just pick up a ball and start shooting jump shots. You can go tackle your neighbor, whatever you want to do. Tennis is so expensive and technical. So the premium athlete, that you see in a Djokovic or even a Federer, some of these guys from other countries, they don't have as many options. They don't have as many options, and that's a big deal. I tell everybody all the time, I guarantee if I'd have had someone like LeBron James at 10 years old, there's no doubt, once you get the technical part, all right, you get someone that big, that strong, that fast. He could probably be serving 160. This is crazy, but that's around the corner. And hopefully, we can get these type of athletes at a young age. And that's always been the one thing I've tried to convey to the USTA. I think you try to go find that needle in the haystack when they're 6, 7, 8 years old. You do testing. You can even draw blood. You can find out about fast twitch muscle, double joint. You can find all this stuff about the genetic base, just how the DNA is, how these people are wired, and you can kind of feel what's going to happen in the future, because you already want to hit the ground running. What I mean by that, you want someone who's going to be lightning quick, who's going to be big, strong, fast. And then the family environment, that has a lot to do with the competitive beasts that you're training. The technical part, you get the best of the best that have been around the block, that know how to put this stuff together and get an optimal serve, whatever that might mean to a lot of people is very different. Optimal forehand, backhand. And then you get Grand Slam champions on a regular basis. You get a handful of people that are a permanent fixture in the top 10 in this country. It seems like we've kind of moved the goalposts back. Now it's like, well, we got 20 or 30 people in the top 100. Don't get me wrong, that's a major accomplishment. But a country this big, we should have many guys in the top 10, and they should be contending for Grand Slams. But like I said, a lot of the best athletes have, maybe, their parents were good at soccer or other sports in other countries, they end up in tennis. Because if you're good, obviously the rewards are very beneficial. The women's side is a little different, simply because it's not as physical in general. Don't get me wrong, it's physical, but the physicality is not there with the serve. And obviously, maybe not as many women are gonna play, obviously, football, baseball, basketball. There's other sports they can gravitate to, but tennis still could be the leader in the clubhouse. So that's why you see a lot more women on the tour from the United States at a higher level, or some of the best in the world, like Venus and Serena, and we could go on and on of people in the past. And there's more that are gonna come. There's no doubt about it. So I just wanted to chime in on that. Hopefully we can get these kids at a young age, find those needles in the haystack, hedge our bet, put the money behind those kids, and I guarantee the future will be bright for American tennis.